Onyame de share ade a we bia adwen ho ye ene ye beka daye so ho asem. Daye is one of the important things in human life. If you have dreams or you dream and you don't understand your dreams, it will go against you. So it's very important you understand your dreams and take measures like prayers. So stay tuned and share the page. We're going to share some portions of dreams in your life. I am Mama Bamu Muda Biarada. Nema ba mumu emre. Nema ba mumu. This is Hope of Glory Network Radio. Hope of Glory Network Radio on Ghana Web, Hope of Glory Network TV, Hope of Glory Network Prayer Line, Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Kyere Nkansah, Maryland, United States of America. Topic today is understanding your dreams. Do you want to understand your dreams? Sure, the Word of God provide meanings and understanding to your dreams. Don't go away. Share the page. Let me start greeting people today. I know a lot of people on the line, and I greet every one of you. When I'm saying nkrofo bebre, wo mabra bom ko yie nyina na efridaya a omoson ye. When I'm say challenge nkrofo ko mu bebre no efridaya a omoson ye a omo anhu ana omo ante ase. When I'm de enti nkrofo bebre wo munya aware nware no. Eye wo mo daye na. Daya oson ye a wa ante ase no. It is because of the dream you had and you forget about it, or you don't have interpretation to the dream. That is why you are going through that kind of challenges and problems. Satan sometimes use our dreams to snare us. Me say, emre bi ho a abonsam wode yan kase yan da yeso esum ye mfidie. Wode yan da yeso esum ye mfidie. Di utomo pa na wanyaw. So when you are trapped with your dream and you have no idea or interpretation to the dream, so that you can take measures like praying against it, fasting against it, it will come against you. You shall surely be a victim. So find the interpretation of your dreams. They are very, very important. Let's read main scripture. We're going to read a lot of scriptures concerning dreams and interpretation, and we're going to use different objects and symbols to interpret dreams. But let's read the main text for understanding your dreams now. That is the book of Job, chapter 33, verse number 15. Job chapter number 33, verse number 15. And then when I finish, I'm going to give you a testimony of what I myself have experienced with somebody that happens when he told me of a dream. So, the book of Job chapter 33, verse number 15 talks about dream. God bless you, Millicent. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, while slumbering on their beds, then he opens the ears of men and seals their instructions. Okay, so verse number 15 gives us a picture of what we are talking about today. It says, in the dream, in the vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon them, while slumbering on the beds, then the Lord opens people's mind. So, you see the time that we dream. There is another dream that is not the time we sleep. So, in general, the Bible says when we sleep, that is where we dream. The other one I'm talking about is not like a dream. They call it trance. Trance is like you're sitting in a chair, you are not even lying down, and all of a sudden, it's like you go blackout in seconds, and then God show you something. That is trance. But when it comes to dreams, you sleep, and during the night, or it can be during the day, you are sleeping, and then something happened in a spiritual realm. Something happens in a spiritual realm, because you were created spirit or soul inside you. So when the body is resting, that is where the soul inside you also get out of your body and go out. Have you seen your soul going out of your life or your body? It goes different places, and a lot of things happens in dreams. In dreams, you can see your classmates. What does it mean to you? If you have completed university and you are still seeing your classmates from kindergarten or class 1 or elementary school, what does it mean to you? You think it's just a dream. You need to understand it. You dreamed, and a dead person in your house, somebody died long ago in your house, and you keep on seeing that person in your dream, and you think it's just normal. You have dreams, and every time somebody have sex with you, either you are a man or you are a woman, you will have sex in the dream with very good satisfaction, very good sex in your dream. Have you had dreams that you have sex before and you discharge, like physically you are sleeping with a man? Have you experienced that before? It is only when you meet a man or a woman and you sleep with him, you have sex with a woman or a man, that is where you need to discharge. You need to see your sperm. But if you are sleeping, everybody is sleeping, and some people even during the day, and then you dream, and then somebody come and force you and have sex with you, you think that is just normal. It's not normal. We know of cockroaches. Cockroaches are everywhere in the United States of America. There are many homes that when you enter, a lot of cockroaches. When you see cockroach, in your dream, what does it mean to you? That is why we are here. Have you been going to the farm to cut trees, firewood before? You dream you go to farm cutting firewood all the time. Yes, okobubuja ewa fum. Now, I'm going to show you a lot of things when it comes to dreams, but today is just the beginning. We'll be going to talk about different things. I'm going to show you different things as we go on. You can test your dream on the screen. If you don't want nobody to see that you are going through that kind of dream, you can inbox me. And then we're going to use the word of God. Every dream must be interpreted by the word of God. I've already said that God does not do anything outside of his word. God does not do anything, whether spiritually or physically. God does not do anything outside of his word. He uses his word to communicate in different ways. So God may use his word to talk to you through someone. God may use his word to talk to you in dreams, in visions, in trance. But one of the major ways that ordinary person seeing God communicating to him or her is through dreams. However, dreams comes in different forms and types. What I mean is that when it comes to dream, if you are an African and you live in a village somewhere, or you come from a village somewhere, and God wants to communicate to you in dream, he's not going to use technological stuff to communicate to you like computers. For instance, if God wants to communicate to my mom or my siblings, some of my siblings who are not familiar with computers, God will never communicate to them by showing them computers. This is another way to understand how to interpret dreams. You see, they live in a farm area, so God will find another object or something else that might be similar to be interpreted in a way of computers to communicate with them. For instance, as a farmer, God may use stock of plantain to communicate to you. Obasunda ebiana na wakotwa brodie isa anase brodie duro na wakotwa anase ne son anase brodie ba meka no twi mu na mate ya say broroba body a yeduan ne ma no ubehwe na wututu brodie ma ubehwe na wutu menkan wutu banche. What does it mean to you? That is why I'm saying, Ibia, because of the level you are, God may not use farming instruments or farming materials to communicate to you, but he may use a form of technology to communicate with you, looking at your level. Hallelujah. Amen. So, we're going to start using animals. Animals are God. Somebody trying to distract me. I don't know how to get that person. I am on. Hallelujah. Let me see if I can communicate why this music plays. Yes, oh, Apostle, I'm online. That's why I'm not able to pick your call. Sorry. Okay. I was going to send you a text message, but I see you on the line. Apostle, God bless you. I'm online. life. That is why I'm not able to pick your call. So we're talking about dreams. Very, very important. Very, very important. Now, let me show you, when it comes to dreams, dreams are very, sometimes, nightmare. It makes people feel very nightmare, unusual. When I say nightmare, you may have dream, and then when it comes in the morning, you may be very confused just because of your dream. It can confuse you. Dream can confuse you the whole day. Hi, Akofa, God bless you. Stephen, God bless you. Dreams can confuse you. We have examples of dream that confuse somebody like Pharaoh. Dream confuse somebody like Nebuchadnezzar, and a lot of men. We read in the book of Daniel, and we see that dreams have been confusing a lot of people all day, all night. It brought the intervention of men of God to interpret dreams for them to be free. Okay, hold on. I don't know the particular dreams that you have been going through. I promise you I'm going to show you dreams. Now, this is a very sad story. Dreams are also very confused. Very confused. But I just want to share a testimony before I continue with the dreams. Those of you that have been watching me from last year, you used to see a young, handsome guy sitting here at my radio station with me. There were two of them that used to sit here at my radio station with me. Both of them were in my church, and they were very wonderful guys. And one of them, you know him. A lot of people had his contact on Facebook before, and he is always at my radio station here, and I used to have program with him. This brother, one Friday prayer meeting, he told me, Pastor, I want to talk to you about a dream I had. And I said, oh, okay, go ahead and let's pray. He told me he had a dream, and he himself was in a coffin, dead body coffin. He was in a dead body coffin. Okay, I just want to say it to us so you understand it. So I prayed with him, and then we all prayed for him with the assurance that we are going to continue to pray. The prayer will not end there. That was Friday, so I said, come Sunday, and then we're going to pray. And from next week Monday, me and you, we're going to fast, because that particular dream is very dangerous, and we need to be concerned about the dream. Normally, when people tell me of dreams, I don't terrify them. I don't say something that will put them to fear, but I encourage them and pray with them, strengthen them, because I also dream. And when I have terrible dream, all I do is to pray. If it needs fasting, I fast. But the important thing is that when I pray, I believe it's done, and I keep on praying. I don't pray and just stop there, because the Bible says pray without ceasing. So I'll be praying and praying for my dream lives. I like praying about dream lives, because dreams are very, very delicate. If you don't take care of your dreams, it will take care of you. So this young man at a prayer meeting on Friday church told me his dream that he was in the coffin, dead. And then he saw that people have carried him. You know how we carry dead body in a coffin? He described it the same way. But you know what? After Friday, I kept calling this guy's number. Sunday he didn't show up to church. I called him. That is how I am. If you are in my church and I don't see you, one day I know you are a very committed person and I don't see you one day, I make sure I called you. If I know your house, I will drive my car to your house. And that is exactly what I did. I drove my car to his house. And the way his house is, if you knock the door and he's inside, he can't even hear. I went to his house 3 good times, and I never found him in his house. As a pastor, I thought I did my best. I called him. He won't pick up my call. And I said, maybe I have done anything wrong to this guy. I don't know. But one thing I remember is that every year he's been doing that hide and seek with me. So I said to my wife to call him and find out. My wife called, and then he picked up. Then he gave an excuse that, even pastor has been calling me and I have decided to call him, but I haven't called yet. I traveled, and I know that was a lie. No, he didn't travel. Even if he traveled in the United States of America, if somebody called you and you don't pick your call, that means it's a deliberate thing. You will deliberate not picking your call, because you are not in Africa. We are all in United States. So if somebody call you and you don't pick your call, it shows missed call on your phone. And even if you are at a place where there is no good reception, it goes on voicemail. The person leaves you voicemail. Even if the phone is not working at the time, the moment you switch your phone on, the messages and the text messages that have been sent to you will come live. So the thing is that this young man didn't want to pick my call. And I go to his house, he's not there. And I told my wife, the devil has blinded this guy's eyes and his ears not to pick my call, so that I will be close to him and pray with him. A lot of people are like that. When Satan is looking for them, they will make sure that you and your pastor will not be in good terms for no reason. Not because your pastor has done anything wrong, but just the devil want to get you. Okay, to cut matter short, I traveled with him to Ohio in August. So getting end of the month in August, that is where all these things happen. So throughout September, he never picked my call. I didn't see him. I know his house. I drove my car, go there, knock his door. I didn't see him. October, the same thing. I called one pastor from Virginia to call him. The pastor called him. He knows the pastor's number, and he knew that I am the one that want him to call him. So he didn't pick up till. So September, October, November, December. Actually, we do Thanksgiving here in November. I have a lot of about 10 pieces of turkey, and I wanted to give some to this guy because I used to give him stuff like that. I called him. I never hear from him. He was with some guys who could not pray for him. That is why he enjoyed going. This guy that he's with him, I've been encouraging him to come to church. That guy will not come to church. But this is the place he wants to go. When he comes to my house is open for him all the time. I think I'm talking too much on this, but I just want you to understand when the devil wants to destroy you. So, to cut matter short again, in January, as we enter the new year, Then I call. Then a beautiful young woman sent me a text message on Facebook Messenger. I have never chatted with that young woman before. I don't even know her number. She is not my friend on Facebook. But this young woman said she went to Facebook because she has been seeing me with this young man at my studio here. And then she went to Facebook and searched for Hope of Glory Network Radio on Facebook. And she found me. So she sent me a message. Dear Pastor, please, if you know Brother so and you know his house, I know you have been doing programs with him. If you know his house, can you please go and check him for me? Because from I talked to him, the last time I talked to him was Thursday night. That was in Ghana time, 12 a.m. And up to today, Monday, I'm chatting you or I'm testing you. I haven't heard from him anymore. And when I called his phone, it goes voicemail. So please, I'm pleading with you, go to his house and check for me. Then I said, I sent her back message. I said, oh, well, I have been calling him for the past 3 months. He never picked up my call. And I have been going to his house, knock his door. He never answered the call or he never opened it if he is in. So, like you are saying, okay, no problem. One thing that I haven't done it yet, but I think what I've been doing was enough. I haven't gone to his job because as a pastor, I don't have to chase people and go to their workplaces and look for them. That is not part of pastor. You understand? But sometimes I go all the way to the level of everybody. And sometimes people think when you do that, you are so stupid. So, okay, I will go to, this time I'm not going to his house. I will go to his job. The reason why I'm telling you all this is because we are talking about dreams. What dream can do in your life. How dreams can affect you. How dreams can destroy you. Because I said this young man dreamed that he was in a coffin and people have carried him. They're going to bury him. That is why I'm telling you this story. So I told the young lady I'm going to his job. So right away, I called him. I asked for her number. She gave me her number and I was chatting and talking with her on the phone while I was driving, going to his job. So I went to his job and I said, I want to see your manager. Before then, I saw some Ghanaians that work with him. And I said, I'm looking for this brother. I'm looking for this brother. Oh, and then they said, since last Friday he was on schedule, he didn't come to work. Saturday he was on schedule, he didn't come to work. And then Sunday he was on schedule, he didn't come to work. We don't know what is going on. And I said, can I see your boss, your manager? He said, oh yeah, let's go and see her. So they introduced me to the manager she's a woman at her office. And then the woman also called another person to listen to me. And I said, well, this is my son. And I've been looking for him and I know he works here. So I'm coming to look for him if he's at work. And then the manager pulled their work schedule and showed it to me. The times from last Friday that he was on schedule and he never showed up to work. In America, if you are on schedule and you don't go to work or you don't show up, we call it no show, no call. I have been a manager before, so I know. If you are no show, no call, you are fired right away. But they didn't even fire him because that one was so strange to them because the manager told me that guy, that is not him. That he was on the schedule and he will not come to work. And then he won't call, say because of this I'm not coming to work. That is not as for that one. The manager praised him for that. But The bottom line is that nobody knows what is going on in his life because they can't reach him on his phone. And they said they have gone to his house too, like I went there, those Ghanaians, they didn't find him. So I said, okay, manager, I'm going to do one more thing. I will go to his house again and check for him. But previous year before that incident, he did the same thing, and I went to his house. I couldn't find him several times, so I decided to do one more thing. What I decided to do is that this time, that was last year before this incident, I went to his house. I knocked the door. He didn't open the door, so I decided to go to his landlord. The landlord is an Ethiopian. I knocked the landlord's door, and the landlord came out, and I said, hey, my son lives in your house here. For 3 consecutive times, I've been calling him, and I have been coming here. He's not picking up my call. So, can you please check to see if he's there for me? So, yeah, he's there. And then, in front of me, he called the guy, and he picked up his phone. And then the landlord said, oh, your pastor is here looking for you. And then he opened his door and came out. Do you understand? This time around that something happened, after from his job, I went to his house again. That was the 4th time. And it has snowed. I'm just telling you it's long, but be patient. Listen, and take your dreams serious. This time around, it had snowed from that Friday that he didn't go to work. It snowed. And if you haven't seen snow before, when it snows, if nobody walk in the snow, you will see that nobody has passed yet since snow. So when I enter the house, I look around and I look at the ground. The snow was on Friday, and on Monday, nobody's path is in the snow. Then I said, either this guy is inside and something has happened, or he is not inside, or he's not in town. I went and knock again. He didn't open. So I decided to go and do the same thing I did the previous year, that the landlord called him. So I went there, knock. The landlord never showed up this time. So I decided to go back home. When I decided to go back home, then I met his co-workers also coming there to look for him again. After I left their job, they also followed me. And I explained to them that even I want to ask the landlord is not here. As we concluded, okay, let's go to our homes. The landlord is a taxi driver. He pulled up. And I said, oh, glory, the landlord is here. So I said, landlord, you remember me? He said, yes, I remember you. He mentioned the guy's name. That is his pastor. I said, yes. It's happening again. I'm calling him. You remember last time I told you the same thing? He's not picking up his call. Do you have? And then he said, oh, he's there. I saw him. He's there. And I said, are you sure he's there? Look at the snow. Nobody walked on the snow since then, since Friday. And he said, are you sure? And I said, yes. And I said, okay. To cut the matter short, do you have a spare key of his room? He said, oh, yeah, I have a spare key. And I said, please, go and bring the spare key and open the door and let's see what is inside the room. We opened the door of this young man. As soon as we opened the door, he's laying down flat dead with blood everywhere. That was very strange thing that I have experienced for my first time in life. And in America here, I think it's everywhere. If you are the first person who will go and see such a thing, you are in trouble. You are in trouble. So it wasn't an easy experience, and just like I'm just narrating to you, I'm telling you the truth. So immediately I call the police, the 911. And in America, if you call 911, the longest time for 911, the first police car to get there is even 3 to 5 minutes. The first policeman will be there. So when I called, the first response was a fire police. Fire police was there within not even 5 minutes. And then we walk him to the room, and then he was lying dead. The first question he asked is, have you touched him? I said, no, I haven't touched him. The landlord has not touched him. Nobody touched him. Because we find paper towels with blood. So the first impression that comes in everybody's mind, including the policeman, is that somebody killed him. But how did somebody kill that guy in his room? Nobody knows. So the police detective has to come in and do proper investigation of his body before they can conclude whether somebody killed him or he died a natural death or he died out of medical problem. So it was 3 p.m. I left my house. Then I looked for his siblings here in the United States, and then told them about everything. And I remember I went to one of his siblings' cousin's house to told them about the whole thing, and I was coming back to the place where the program is, and then the police called me on the phone. Oh my God, I nearly had an accident. Questions upon questions. Then one question that I will never forget is, why are you the only one who decided to go and look for him? Pastor, you say you are a pastor, right? I say yes. So why are you the only one who decided to go to his house and look for him? Every question, you get to be very careful the way you answer it, so that the police or the situation will not implicate you, involve you, that you know something about it. Because the way the scene is, it's a criminal or homicide. It's like a criminal case. So now the family members, some of the siblings came. I was them with other friends that I have called. They came. We are all in the landlord house. We are in the house, and then the police were there in his room from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. investigating to know what is going on. Then one time the policeman came and he was laughing. Now I see more cheerful or joyful face in his eyes, and I said, what is going on? What is the problem now? Have you found anything? And he said, he died out of medical problem. He died out of medical problem. In other words, this guy has been suffering from some kind of sickness or brain sickness that he hasn't gone for hospital. This country, you can go to hospital free of charge, whether you have insurance or you don't have insurance. I remember one night I was here and I saw that I was going to die. I'm telling you, I saw that I was going to die. If I delay and I don't go to hospital, my wife was not even here. I was here by myself. If I don't rush to the emergency and I wait till the next morning, unexpected will happen and nobody will know what has happened to me. So God gave me wisdom. I prayed. And after that, God said, go to emergency. I didn't even have insurance. And at that time it was 2 a.m. I can't call nobody to come and drive me. I gathered courage and I drove to the emergency room and I explained to what is going on with me. They took care of me. If they bring the bill and I don't have money, I throw it away. You understand? The fact that I don't have money does not mean I should stay home and die. They will take care of you. But this guy didn't do anything of that. He won't come to church to continue to pray. Although he told me that he dreamed and he was in a coffin going to be buried. He didn't take it serious. That is why this moment, this time, I am telling you to take your dreams serious from today. If you have not been taking your dreams serious, take your dreams serious. So at the end of the day, the guy is dead. That's why you don't see them here with me anymore. You don't see them here on my studio anymore. He died. And you know what? I was the one that carried the cross. Have to go and look for where to bury him. Me and his brother go here and there. I'm sure his brother is here listening to me because he always come to my page. His brother is a wonderful guy. Since then, he has found me to be a wonderful pastor, and he always check on me. Brother, God bless you. I don't want to mention your name. I don't want people to know whom the case is about. So if you are here with me, God richly bless you. And this brother was so wonderful. He was so wonderful. So I have to go. We have to go with a brother, look for a funeral home to keep this guy's body. Oh my God, I haven't experienced such things before in my life. Just because of one dream. And just because this guy sat down for the devil to blindfold his mind, he died. Oh Jesus. And I have never, I have gone to cemetery before. But I have not seen a human being burying. We are burying a human being. That is an experience for me to change completely. In America here, before they bury you, they dig a very deep hole, not like in Africa. A hole sometimes that can take 3 dead bodies inside. And you happen to be the first person die. Then you go under the hole first. And then they will cover you. And then the next person that will die, let's say I die first, I go down. And when my wife died, then she come on top. And then one of my children die, then or whoever die first, they will arrange it like that way. Some people make well for their barrier that way. The reason I'm telling you this is because this guy, when we went to the cemetery, we did everything. Now we have to go and bury him. I'm showing you, you got to repent and receive Jesus Christ as your Lord and personal Savior, and take your dreams very serious. What I am saying, there are a lot of people on the line here now listening to me. They know I'm not lying. I have not changed the story. I'm saying it exactly as it happened. Okay? And I'm a real witness of what happened. So in America here, I've described to you the way they dig the dead body's hole. So they dig his hole in such a way that he's going to contain, or he's going to take 2 dead bodies. And he is the first one that is going to go in that particular hole. Okay? Unfortunately for us to see something we have not seen before, when we get there, the people at the cemetery here in America is very beautiful. It's not like Africa. People even sleep at the cemetery. They have people who work there. So they told us that when they dig the hole down, they found water coming out of the ground. And as such, they couldn't put in. Okay, let me give you the picture. When they dig the hole like that, because they're going to put another person on top, you know what they do? They build a concrete. Have you seen a concrete before, Lily? Lily, God bless you. They formed a concrete Someone who concrete. Sanya, gutters are concrete, you know. They built a coffin concrete. Do you know that is what happened? A concrete of coffin. And then they will put it inside the hole. They will use bulldozer to carry a heavy concrete and put it down in the hole. So when you bring the dead body, then they will ask you in America here, just leave the coffin. You perform everything, then they will ask you to leave the dead body there and go home. But you know, the family members at this time said, no, we want to see evidence that you have buried our brother. Because sometimes if you leave the dead body there with them, they will just take the dead body and go and burn it, and go and burn the dead body and go and sell the coffin. So we want to make sure that he is buried. And then they told us the reason why things are not in a perfect condition, because the concrete coffin has to be in the hole before we get here, but they haven't done that just because they said that they saw water coming, and they wanted the water dried in before they put in the concrete coffin. So in our eyes, we experienced for the first time that they carried the dead body and the dead body in the coffin, in the wood coffin. They put it in the cement coffin, and then the bulldozer also went for the cover of the concrete cover and cover it. The dead body is in a wooden coffin, and that is covered. And then they put him also in a concrete coffin, and then the concrete coffin also has a cover. And then a bulldozer carried it. You can see how heavy the concrete cover is, and then put it on top. I say, my God, is that how human being life is? At that point, you can see human being is nothing. You can see if you live and you are not in good terms with human being, if you are fighting with your neighbors, your friends, you got to stop it, because it won't help you. When you die, you are nothing. This guy that I've been sitting with him here every day, is that the end of this young, handsome guy? I started crying. He is in the concrete coffin, inside the wooden coffin. Now look at the picture. And then in front of all of us, the bulldozer carried the coffin, the concrete coffin, here and here. They hook it at the two ends, and then the bulldozer gradually took the concrete coffin and drop it slowly inside the hole. Can you believe that? And then the workers around there, they started covering it, throwing the earth on top of there, so to make sure that they buried him. Sisters and brothers, why have I talked too much about this? Because it's something that I myself experienced with my church member, and it was because of a dream he had, and exactly how he saw the dream himself is the same way that happened to him. It's the same. I'm the one that did everything from scratch to the end. So do not take your dreams for joke. Don't ever take your dreams for joke. If you dream and you find yourself at the cemetery, you need to find interpretation for that. Some dreams are as a result of too much eating. When you are going to bed and you dream, you eat too much, sometimes it makes you have a nightmare, dreams, unnecessary dreams. That is not the type of dreams I'm talking about. Okay? So dreams are nightmare. Now, I've not gone detail to tell you or to give you an example of dreams. This is just a testimony of something that happened in somebody's dream. But let me also show you another picture of dreams. Have you been playing cassette tape? I wish I can bring out one of my cassette tapes and just show you how. You see, cassette tapes. Dreams are like cassette tapes in your soul, in the spiritual realm. In those days where we didn't have computers that we can go to the internet and play songs, we buy tapes, cassette tapes, and then we put in the tapes. And when we put in the tapes, it starts playing. Now, you can see that, for instance, let me show you. The tapes will be here, will be round here on this area, and then you click on the play key, and then it will start moving from here to here. And when it's moving, everything that is here contains the messages or the music that has been played or that has been programmed on the tape, and then it will go. So human soul is the same thing like the tape. Human soul is like the tape. From the time that you were born, throughout your life, everything that comes in your life is being recorded. Everything in your life is recorded. Then when you sleep during the night, where everyone is asleep, in a deep sleep, then it will start playing. The thing that has happened in your life, or the thing that need to happen in your life, will begin playing. It will play gradually, playing. And sometimes there are some important areas that God would like you to see. So sometimes when it play, it will pause. Then God will open your spiritual man's eye to see what is going on. So you yourself, you are sleeping deep, but your spirit man will be able to see that, oh, I am with my schoolmates when I was in class 6. Yeah, I can see my teacher and some of my best friend in class 6. You are sleeping, oh, deep down in the spiritual realm. You are seeing all these things physical. You seeing all these things. I remember one time I had a dream. And the dream, let me show you this dream. This dream will strike you. You know, everybody, when everyone is coming to Aburuchire, whether you are coming in United States of America or Italy or whatever Aburuchire you are going, especially in Africans in Ghana, do you know the normal culture surrounding people who are going to overseas? Don't tell anybody that you are going to Aburuchire. Is that right? Yes. People don't want to tell anybody. We don't want anybody to see that we are going to Aburuchire. Now, when I was coming to Aburuchire, I have my beautiful church in Ghana. And what happened is that I was walking one day in the street of Accra, and I hear a voice telling me, go and make a passport. Meanwhile, I didn't have nobody in America. None of my family members has ever stepped in overseas before. But I heard a voice to go and make a passport. And I had $50 in my pocket at that time. So I went to passport office and just fill application and did the passport right away, not knowing God was going to open a door for me. Now, I have some friends, white friends, that used to visit me in Africa. I communicated with them, and they said they're going to send me an invitation to come to United States of America. I said, glory. That is the reason why God asked me to go and do the passport. Now I know. I did the passport. They sent me the invitation. I went to American Embassy. Right away, they gave me visa. So now that I need visa, I need a ticket. They gave me 3 months. You know the process, right? 3 months, I need to leave Ghana and come to United States of America. I told my friend that I have a visa, I'm going to America. And he said, oh, that is good. I have a friend, he can buy you air ticket. I didn't even have money. It is another friend, pastor, who borrowed me money to buy airplane ticket. So I gave that money to the friend that my friend introduced to me, that he said he can buy me an air ticket. I don't see the reason why when you are coming to America, you get to go through second person or third person to buy you an air ticket. Meanwhile, you yourself can go and buy it yourself. Lack of knowledge make us do stupid things. Now, if I'm traveling, I used to travel airplane all the time. I sit on my computer, I don't consult anybody, and I buy my air ticket and I'm gone. And when I'm going, I did so many things that is wonderful. I go to DC, Washington, DC airport, and I book where I will park my car, so I don't need my wife to drive me to the airport. So I drive my own car to the airport, I park it there, go to the plane. When I come from the plane, I call the hotel where I park my car, and they will pick me from the airport. Easy. Why do I have to go to go through second, third person to make me azar for my money? Ghana people, African people, we like going through third person. So the reason why I'm giving you this picture is because I gave my money to that guy to buy me an airplane ticket. And then the next thing is that the next Sunday when I was preaching in church, me, I can't hide it. And I say, hey, praise the Lord. Oh, yes. God has opened a door for me. I'm going to America. I have my visa. When I said this, that was my end. You remember when Joseph told his dream to his brothers, you know what happened to him? Let me show you. That Sunday that I said that in front of my congregation, that I have my visa, I have a dream. Sunday night, getting to the Monday morning, I had a dream. What is the dream? The dream is that I dreamed and I was walking on a certain road, and all of a sudden, I was holding my passport, and I was holding one egg. And the egg and the passport together dropped down, and the egg cracked. Send a filter for me. Instantly, not a bo. But fortunately for me, the yolk has not yet come out of the egg shell when it dropped, although it cracks and it was about to come out. And I dropped the egg together with my passport. I don't know how God gave me wisdom. I grabbed the egg with my 2 hands in such a way that I will not be able to pick my passport at the same time. And then I have the intention to go. That is a dream. I'm describing my dream to you. So I decided to go, because when I was coming, I saw somebody fixing eggs. I don't know how you say it. If you know the English, put it there for me. He's fixing eggs outside. So my mind tells me, go and give to that man to fly it for you, to do it for you. So I rushed with my 2 hands and then went to the man. When I get there, the man that was fixing the eggs, frying eggs, was a pastor. Can you believe that? The man that was frying eggs was a pastor. And then immediately I gave the eggs to the pastor and I said, please, can you fry it for me? I left my passport. I'm going to pick it up. But you know what? When I was going to when I was going to give the egg to the pastor or whoever that was frying the eggs, I met 3 guys. These 3 guys like ruffian guys. When I say, you know, these young guys, sometimes they pull their pants down. You see, they call it autofista, whatever. I met 3 of them. So by the time I returned from where I gave my egg and then came back to where I dropped the passport wasn't there. That gave me the idea that this guy has taken my passport. Unfortunately, I was able to trace the house where they are. I went to the house and I saw a layman, somebody who is a disabled person who used to be or who happened to be the master of these 3 guys. So I begged him, please, your boys have taken my passport. Can you please ask them to give me my passport? Unfortunately, that disabled man ordered those guys go and bring the passport. And they went and brought the passport and he gave it to me. And as soon as he gave the passport to me, I came out. I wake up. What does it mean? That dream was this is the interpretation. The passport referred to the enjoyment of my future and my future life. The abrochure that I'm coming, that is for the passport. And then the egg stand for my life. So if I waited for the yolk, you know the yolk is the one that produces the chicken. So the yolk is the life of the chicken. Okay, not the white one. So if I had waited for the yolk to come out of the shell, that will be the end of my life. I will die. Now, look at the picture. If I had decided to take or pick up the passport first and not my life, which is the egg, I would have died. Do you see the interpretation? But I picked up the egg first and gave it to the person that is frying eggs, not any other person but a pastor. What does it mean? Why is the pastor who is frying the egg? The pastor represents God. In other words, I gave my life to God first. That is why in the book of Matthew chapter 6, verse number, where is that chapter? Let's read that scripture. Open your Bibles to the book of Matthew chapter number 6. I think verse number 34, 33, 34. We read both. Matthew chapter 6, verse number 33 and 34. Let's see. He says that, but seek first. You understand? But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. So imagine if I have not seek my life first. Your life is very, very important. Your life is more than the buildings. Your life is more than the cars. Your life is more than the money. Seek God and his kingdom first, and everything shall be added unto you. Now, you know what? I went through a lot. I told you I gave my money to somebody to buy air ticket. Do you know what happened? It left with just the next day, and my visa was expired. The 3 months visa would expire without me getting money to buy air ticket to come to United States just the next day. So The day before, I said, no, God gave me wisdom. I say, and you know, I have told my friends that I'm going to America. And you know, when you tell people that you are going to America or you're traveling, you don't even want them to see you, especially when the day that you're supposed to leave and you are still there, because people will be asking you, African people. So I was shy to go out for people to see me, that I told them I'm going to America and I'm still there. But this time, one pastor friend, I have told him I go to his church and preach all the time. His church is at Ofanko in Accra. I said, I'll go and describe this situation to. I will not feel shy. He's my friend pastor. So I went and I said, pastor, I thought you were in America. Are you still here? And I said, pastor, yes, but let me tell you why I'm still here. And you know, one time you told me IGP comes to your church. He told me the then IGP goes to his church. So God gave me wisdom. Why don't you go to your friend pastor and told him about this problem? So I told my friend pastor about this problem. Then he said, that my friend pastor is not cool like me. He doesn't take things lightly like me. I will take things lightly. As soon as I finished, the first thing he said, do you want me to call the IGP for you? Do you want me to call IGP so that he will send his boys to go and arrest that guy? And I say yes. I say yes, if you can do that for me. Then he called his secretary. Hey, come. And then the lady came. He said, I want you to go to IGP's office with Pastor Nkansah and tell him that I am the one that sent you with him, and let him tell IGP his problem. And then we went there and told the IGP in Accra the whole story. As soon as I finished, the IGP just took his phone. Inspector, he called the inspector. Inspector, so and so. This case is very urgent. I want you to act quickly, immediately. Oh, so wow. To me, oh baby. And right away, inspector was there. Inspector was there. And then he narrated the story to him. And then all that the inspector asked me is that, do you have money that we can use for taxi? Because if the guy sees a police car coming, he may run away. So then they asked me, do you know his house? I said, yes, I know his house. So I said, yes, I have some few money. You see, I have some few money, but I don't have money that I can buy another ticket, air ticket. So the few money was the money that I was supposed to use for my chop money. When you come to America, you must have extra money with you. And you know, I have spent all this money with me within 3 months that I was supposed to leave Ghana. So I gave them some of the money to charter a taxi with the 3 policemen. We went to the guy's house and he was not in, but fortunately, although he was not in, his wife was there. And the policeman threatened the wife that IGP says, if we come and we don't see your husband, we should bring you. So wherever your husband is, you get to tell us right now, else you are going with us to headquarters, police headquarters. And then the wife said, my husband is at the BNI headquarters. I say, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Do you know why I'm praising the Lord? One of the senior man at the BNI headquarters wife is my church. My church praises and worship leader. That is his husband right there. And then that woman knows about my situation. So immediately I told the policeman, wait, before we go there, wait, let me make a call. Then I called the BNI officer's wife, who is my church member and my praises and worship leader. And I said, do you know something interesting story that has just developed out of my traveling? And she said, what? And I said, the guy that took my money wanted to buy me air ticket. They said that he's at your husband's office. So can you please call your husband and detain the guy before we get there? The policemen are with me. Can you call your husband and then tell him to detain him? So the woman, my praises and worship leader, also did. I'm telling you life story. That all happens because of dream. Because of one dream. One dream can destroy your whole life. One dream can destroy your marriage. You got to be careful of your dream. So the information went there. The woman, the guy's wife, never knew that this is what I have done. And the guy didn't know that. So you know that if I have not called for the BNI officer to detain the guy, by the time we got to the BNI office at which place? 37 area. That is where BNI office, head office is. You see, from Nima going to 37, between there. They are on the left side somewhere. I left Ghana a long time ago. So truly speaking, the guy was about to live there. And then my praises and worship leader husband, I want to say it that way so you understand what I'm talking about. My praises and worship leader's husband told the office that he was that don't let that guy at your office go out. So we went there with the police. And then they told them. And then the guy that initially he visited at the BNI office wanted to kill the case right there. He wanted to kill the case. You know how Ghana situations are. If you have problem and you don't have money, they will kill your case right away. So he wanted to kill my case so that I will not be able to come to America. And then the policeman told him, as for this case, it's right from the top, IGP. So we have nothing to do with it. We can't do anything about it. Or we have been instructed to bring this man to police headquarters. So he sat in the car and we all drove to the police headquarters. As we drove to the police headquarters, everything was immediately prepared. His docket. It is not like the cases that when you go to court, they tell you next week and next 2 weeks. They told him right away and they prepared the docket for him to go to court. And they said that you'll be jailed if you don't pay the money today. If you don't pay the money and we go to court, they will jail you. So please, if you can pay him the money, that will finish the case here. And the guy called his brother-in-law. The brother-in-law has money. His brother-in-law has money. As soon as he called the brother-in-law and then the police explained, the police inspector explained the whole thing to the brother-in-law, he saw that if I don't act quickly, my brother-in-law will be in a very difficult problem now. So within a few minutes that day, the brother-in-law was at the police headquarters. And the brother-in-law signed check right away. He signed a check right away for my air ticket, including special money or additional money additional money for my pocket, that we call pocket money. So it was the police inspector who went to the bank and cashed the check for me, say, go and buy another airplane ticket. That will be the next day. And if that next day I don't have air ticket, I'm done. So when I got the money, I went to, before you get to Nima Junction, on your right side, there is an line office there. I think it's Italian airline, because they told me you got to do something, because American airline